RAF Wittering and to the inaugural Harrier Force Association reunion. Can you all hear me at the back? Great. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jim Arkell, and I will shortly introduce the president of the association. But before that, just to say that when I was working at Cottesmore at the end of last year, the then station commander, Group Captain Gary Waterfall, proposed forming the Harrier Force Association, and I volunteered to be the treasurer. I think because I'm trusted with looking after your money, Gary Waterfall then decided that since he was going abroad for 6 months, I would probably be the right person to stand in for him as the vice chairman for the next 6 months. Hence why I'm standing here tonight. I'm delighted to introduce the guest speaker, as he was voted to be on the programme. Actually, he doesn't need any introduction to most of the audience here. Retired Air Vice Marshal Peter Dodworth, I'm delighted to say, has agreed to be our president, and he would like to now say a few words. Thank you.
About here? Can you hear me all right? Listen, I'll do the jokes, you listen to the script. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening. May I warmly welcome you to the first Harrier Force Association reunion. It seems a long time since we brought the first 4 Harrier GR1s to Wittering in May 1969, but it's a memory that I will not forget. But advancing years are not necessarily a disadvantage. Indeed, I now look like my passport photograph, which is an advantage. I can wear cardigans whenever I like, and most important for reunions like this, I can remember with increasing clarity events that probably never took place at all. Now, over the intervening 41 years since we arrived here, the Harriers were developed into a very capable Joint Force Harrier, equipped finally with the GR9 aircraft. During Gary Waterfall's time as station commander at RAF Cottesmore, it fell on his shoulders to steer the Harrier Force through its withdrawal from service as a result of the Strategic Defence Review. This culminated in the flying of a final 16-ship formation of Harrier aircraft in December and a disbandment parade here in January. Now, I pay a tribute to Air Commodore Waterfall for the dignity and honour with which the Harrier Force was retired. As part of that process, he set up the Harrier Force Association, and he's asked me, he's serving in near Libya, he's asked me to pass on his apologies and regrets for not being with you tonight. Now, the purpose of the association is to remember and foster the esprit de corps that the Harrier Force engendered, and to do so by providing a forum for all of those lucky enough to have been associated with the aircraft to keep in touch, to exchange ideas and information, and arrange social events from time to time. This includes an annual gathering such as tonight's event. Now, on your behalf, I'd like to thank and recognise the tremendous work by Jim Arkell as Vice Chairman, Treasurer, and in helping to set up the association. Thank you, Jim. Your efforts were much appreciated. None of this would have been possible without the support of Rob Fuchs, our webmaster, who has single-handedly set up and run the website, which is the hub of the association. Rob, thank you for your dedication and support in enabling the HFA to get on its feet in such an elegant way. And I'm also grateful to all those of you who are serving on the Harrier Force Association Committee. Quite right. Now, the organising committee have pulled out all the stops to ensure that tonight's event will be a success, and I think they've done a splendid job. I'd like to single out a number of individuals for a few words of thanks. Firstly, I'd like to welcome the previous station commander of Wittering, Air Commodore Rich Knighton, and his wife and family, and thank him for him and his staff's support for our venture. The new station commander, Group Captain Richard Hill, was unable to attend today's event, but we shall ask for his support for a similar reunion next year. Secondly, I would like to thank James, nickname McZ, Macmillan, for overseeing the whole event as the officer IC. As a reward for his fine efforts tonight, McZ is shortly off to Valley to refresh on the Hawk before joining the Red Arrows. He'll then get a Ponzi flying suit and become a professional shirt lifter. It's marvellous. Marvellous. Good. So good luck in your new venture, and thanks for all your hard work. Next, Warrant Officer Richard White and the catering team. Warrant Officer White's organised all the catering and entertainments for the evening, including the staging and this fine PA system. The event would have been much more expensive without his numerous contacts in the industry, and the Harrier Force Association are extremely lucky to have him as a member of the committee. Thank you, Richard, wherever you are. Petty Officer Jock McQueen was responsible both for the hangar setup and for the Facebook internet forums. Jock's also been involved in the design of the Vistol Ale label and imagery, and it's a very nice bottle of beer label if you want one of those. I'd also like to thank the BBNF for the Spitfire you've just seen, and the Blades, who gave such a splendid and professional performance in the air a little earlier. And quite right. And also a special thank you to all of you for coming to support today's inaugural event. It's your presence and support that will ensure the success of the HFA, and we would like it to endure. Now, we're primarily here to celebrate and remember the success of the Harrier Force over the last 41 years. Its unique capabilities were exploited in RAF Germany, Norway, Denmark, and Belize. The RN and RAF Harriers came of age in the Falklands War, when their performance was enormously impressive in very difficult circumstances. At the end of the Cold War and the advent of the GR5 family of aircraft, the Harrier Force seems to have been almost on continuous operations. There has been the Iraq no-fly zone, 3 events in the Balkans, Sierra Leone, the Second Gulf War, and then the 5 years continuously in Afghanistan, for which you have my greatest admiration. The aircraft has been continuously developed from the GR1 to the GR9 and 2 marks of Sea Harrier to provide an air capability that 40 years ago we could only dream of, particularly in the inherently difficult role of close air support to the Army. This has involved an enormous amount of skill and commitment from all those in the force, from the flying and the engineering through all aspects of support. And in this, I include the wives and families who have stoically put up with detachments, operational deployments, and happy hours. Well done, family. I pay a tribute to all those involved in this remarkable achievement, and particularly to all of you here tonight. You should take great satisfaction in all that you have each done for the Harrier Force. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be counted in your number. Thank you. I guess it only remains for me to invite you to be upstanding and drink a toast to the Harrier Force Association and all those who have been involved in it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Harrier Force Association.
Thank you very much indeed, Peter. Before the entertainment starts with the Sweet 70s band, I've just got a couple of announcements to make. First of all, one thing that McZ did was to organise a raffle, and there are 10 signed prints by John Farley to be collected from the memorabilia stand. I will read out the names, so if you're one of these, please go and collect your print. James Scott, Nicola Martin, Cardine Cropley, Stephen Peacock, Fiona Martin, Tona Whiting, Dave Frost, Tim Watts, Phil Mongham, and Mick Coyle. On the shop will be open till about 8 o'clock. Please get yourselves over there, buy the memorabilia. I've been posing with the Harrier Force Association tie, I hope you noticed. They're only £12, please go and buy one. Just a reminder that the bus will be leaving for Stamford, the first bus, at 21:30 from the main entrance into the hangar, the entrance you used to come in. A reminder that the Harrier Heritage Centre will be open later on this year. We were sorry we couldn't get it open for this event. Over in the old OCU building, there'll be a Harrier GR9 to look at, squadron memorabilia, and you can bring your people, friends and family up to have a trip down memory lane. I've just got a couple of thank yous of my own. First of all, to thank Peter Atkinson from the Grain Store Brewery for laying on the Vistol beer. I look forward to drinking my pints later. I'd like to thank the Air Training Corps from Northumberland for coming down this morning in that terrible weather and doing a great job looking after the traffic outside. Thank you, guys. And finally from me, a thank you to all of you for your donations for the Harrier Force historical booklet. There are more booklets available in the memorabilia stand, so go and grab one. Thank you very much indeed. Have a good party.
Ladies and gentlemen,